You put your baby down. You walk toward the door. And before your hand even touches the handle, they scream. Not a little cry, a wail that sounds like grief, like betrayal, like you are leaving the earth and never coming back. And you stand there thinking, did I do something wrong? Did I hold them too much? Are they too dependent, too clingy? Here is what nobody tells you in that moment. That scream is not a sign that something is broken. It is the sound of your baby's brain doing something it has never been able to do before. And once you understand what that is, you will never hear that cry the same way again. Here is something that will change how you see your baby completely. For the first 6 to 8 months of life, when you leave the room, you literally cease to exist. Not emotionally, cognitively. Your baby's brain has not yet built the ability to hold an image of you when you are not there. When you walk out, in their mind, you are simply gone, like a light switching off. Researchers tested this with something as simple as a toy and a cloth. Show a baby a toy, cover it. Before 8 months, the baby stops looking, not because they forgot, because to their brain, the toy no longer exists. Out of sight is out of existence. Then, somewhere between 8 and 12 months, everything changes. The cloth drops, the baby reaches, they know the toy is still there. Their brain can now hold something in mind that isn't right in front of them. And here is where it gets extraordinary. You are not a toy. You are the most important thing in their entire world. So the moment this ability switches on, their first instinct is not wonder. It is panic. Because now they know you still exist when you leave. And they have absolutely no way of knowing if you are coming back. So here is what is actually happening inside their head. Separation anxiety peaks between 8 and 14 months, and that timing is not random. It lines up precisely with the moment the prefrontal cortex, the part of the brain responsible for memory, for holding images in your mind, begins to come online. Your baby's brain can now do something it never could before, picture you when you are not there. But here is the catch. It can hold the image of you, but it cannot yet understand time. It cannot predict when you will return. It cannot calculate 5 minutes versus 5 hours. It cannot tell itself she always comes back. So when you leave, their brain knows you exist somewhere. And it has no way of knowing if that somewhere will ever include them again. That is not clinginess. That is a nervous system doing exactly what it was built to do, sounding the alarm for the most important person in its world. Now here is the part that researchers found, and it rewrites everything. Studies tracking babies through the peak of separation anxiety found something that completely flips how we think about this phase. The babies who protested most intensely when their caregiver left. Those were the babies who were most securely attached. The scream is not weakness. It is the sound of a bond that has already formed. Your baby is not falling apart because they are broken or too sensitive or too dependent on you. They are falling apart because their brain is now sophisticated enough to know you exist and to know exactly how much they need you. And every time you come back, you are not just soothing them in that moment. You are teaching their nervous system exactly what it was built to do, sounding the alarm for the most important person in its world. If this is already changing how you see those hard moments, hit like. It helps other parents find this video when they're standing at that door wondering what they did wrong. And here is the part nobody puts in the parenting books. Object permanence. This ability to hold something in mind that isn't right in front of you is not just about separation anxiety. It is the foundation of every thought your baby will ever have. Language, because words are symbols for things that aren't there. Imagination, because imagination is just pictures of things that don't exist yet. Memory, because memory is holding the past in a present mind. The same brain upgrade that is making your baby scream when you leave the room is the exact same upgrade that will one day let them say your name. Picture your face. Remember this moment. Separation anxiety and symbolic thought are two sides of the same coin. Your baby is not regressing. Their brain is expanding. So think back to that moment at the beginning of this video. Your hand on the door handle, the wail starting before you even turned around. That was not a baby falling apart. That was a baby whose brain just upgraded in real time, smart enough to know you exist, not yet wise enough to trust you will return. The goal was never to stop the crying. The goal is to answer it, 1,000 times, in 1,000 small returns. Because every time you walk back through that door, you are not just calming them. You are building something in their nervous system that will last longer than childhood. They are not giving you a hard time. They are having a hard time. And you, just by coming back, are the answer. If this video gave you a new way to see your baby, subscribe. Next week, the one window of time each day when your baby's brain is most open to bonding, and most parents don't even know it exists.